Okay?
Okay.
And we have a very special guest today who will be supporting this event and who is here to support Mr. Jasse ji. She needs no introduction. जब हमने उन्हें पहली बार स्क्रीन पे देखा था तब से वो हमारे दिलों पे छा गई हैं. Everyone, please welcome the beautiful actress who we have seen in super duper hit films like Lagan and Munna Bhai MBBS. Please welcome the beautiful and the gorgeous Gracy Singh.
Hold. Thank you.
And everyone, without much further ado, time to launch the book. आप लोगों को हम हमारी जो book launch है, The Power of Home Numbers, उसकी पहली झलक दिखाने जा रहे हैं. So अब बारी है to launch the book. And आपके सामने book है. Sir, मैम, मैं गुजारिश करूँगी कि आप ये sheet हटाएं and unveil the book.
सर वो बुके हाथ में ले बुक हाथ में ले लीजिए बुक ही नहीं चुप मान के श्रीम
Thank you.
hold.
So, we would request you both to be seated, please. हमारे कुछ सवाल हैं जो हम आपसे पूछना चाहते हैं, फिर कुछ सवाल हमारी जो मीडिया है वो आपसे पूछेंगे. Jasse ji, you stay in US. You are so popular there, especially with the media. Why you thought of coming to India and launch the third edition of your book, The Power of Home Numbers?
That's a great question, actually. Mike. Yeah, so that is a great question, actually. You know, what they say is this, that as you grow older, you know, the place where you're born, your motherland, it attracts you like a magnet. That energy starts pulling you back, and then after this was written, the third edition, it did circulate really well in the United States. But my soul, my inner being started calling me and telling me that the highest and best for this book would be to find its way and be released in India, your motherland. So that was the intention.
Jasse ji, आपने बहुत सारे very popular predictions you have done. कोई ऐसा prediction जो आप हमारे साथ share करना चाहेंगे?
I won't say it's prediction. I say it's more about it's solution-based. It's more solution-based information, right? I'll give you one example. So what happened many years ago, and I was on a radio station. I still am actually on a station called Seeing Beyond, which is run by Bonnie Colleen. She's behind this book as well, and this one lady who happened to be my client. She's an Irish lady. She heard me and then she consulted me for a little bit, and then with this information I was able to sell a couple of houses for her down south Los Angeles. And then she moved up north, and then she started calling me one day and said, "Hey Jasse, you need to come and meet my friend. He is the programming director of Crawford Television in San Francisco." And then being a stranger that you just consulted, but I was eager to go, but my wife said, "Hey listen, why are you sitting there answering a call and going to meet a stranger? You barely know her, right?" But my innocence said, "No, we need to go see this girl," right? We did. And so when I went there, she was absolutely right. Her friend was Pat Patton, and Pat Patton was the programming director of Crawford Television in San Francisco, a huge star there. And then we met, and then we met a few times later. And then, so this structure is a huge building on South Van Ness in San Francisco, and the address was 1001 South Van Ness Avenue. But the television station was not doing that well. So he said, "Hey, Mr. Kalsi, what do you think about this number?" I said, you know what, Pat, this is not a very good number for a television station, 1001. He said, okay, so what do we do? I said, you should add 2 5s and a number 2 to it. And so interestingly, this man, because he was desperate for his ratings to go up, right? He said, okay, 5, 5, and 2, so it became 1001 and 2 5s and a 2. And then, like television and print media are always in competition, right? So one day what happens is, that's pretty soon, a couple of weeks later, so this gentleman, the reporter from sfgate.com, he just goes by the station, right, and looks at those numbers there. And you know how the white man's mentality is kind of very difficult, right? So he goes up to the security guy and says, hey, why are these numbers here? So he says, oh, ask Pat Patton because he asked me to put these numbers here. And he goes inside and says, I want to meet Pat Patton. And he says, why are these numbers here? It's because Kalsi told me. And so now, and they wrote this huge story. And he said, look at this station. He's consulted a numerologist, and they can't do their business, and the ratings are down. But what actually happened was those numbers did shift the energy, and Crown 4 television started doing much better. And this can be verified. If you go Google my name, Jasse Kalsi, and add Crown 4 to it, you will find out that story there. So I'm basically stuck to their tail forever, right? So that's what happened. And so that's one of those many things I did. I've also had a chance to work with several, famous people like Gracy up in Hollywood. But you know how it is. It's some information has to be kept private because they hired me to talk to them, but then I have to talk to a manager and sign a paper. And so whatever I discuss with them is very confidential. So so that pretty much goes on too. I have also had a chance to consult with many startups in the Silicon Valley. Name business names, like pick up the right vibration for the business. So that's happened many times too. But then there's this one example I want to really talk about is this one, this gal, she's from Pune here, and she's an engineer there. She came to consult with me, right? And her daughter, she's like a teenager, more than a teenager actually, and she had a friend who would actually, this is kind of negative talk for her. It's okay, I'll tell you. So the daughter goes and her friend jumps off the Golden Gate Bridge, right? And so the mother is so worried, but this daughter says that, you know what, I have to follow my friend. And so then she comes to see me, so I said, do this and this and this, and she did, right? But this girl didn't listen, She goes right back, and she's hanging off the Golden Gate Bridge again. But luckily what happened, the people on top, right, they saw her. And so this guy approached her, said, hey, start talking to her, gave her the psychological dose, and pulled her back. Wow. So that I honestly, in my gut, I feel so good about it because I had suggested a few things to her, which she did, and she was wearing something that I gave her, and I directly feel that energy saved that gal's life. So that's something that I remember, but they're much more than what I can tell you now because I've been practicing this for more than 20 years. So, all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So my next question is, इंडिया में सबसे खास बात हमारे लिए होती है हमारा घर, सबसे स्पेशल बात, सबसे बड़ा ड्रीम होता है मेकिंग अ होम. बट ऐसा कभी हमने देखा नहीं कि किसी ने स्पेशली एक बुक लिखी हो ऑन द पावर ऑफ होम नंबर्स, जो कि हमारा कल्चर रहा है. Why you thought of writing a book on specifically on home numbers?
That's a great question. I can tell you, after I, ended my military career, I served the Indian military for 8.5 years. I came out of the National Defense Academy, which is up here in Pune, 3 years, and then Indian Military Academy there, and then I was a captain in the Gurkha Rifles for 8.5 years. And yeah, I'm an infantry officer, by the way. I've served this country, my motherland, very honorably. I was also an instructor in the commando wing right here in Bagam, and I was an ADC to a general in the desert too in that short term, so I was doing really well. But then karma, it's called destiny, right? And things turn, your mind flips, right? And then your karma, my karma took me straight out of here to a country where I was kind of totally blank because I was not an MBA, right? I had a big dream, but I did not know what to do, right? When I came to America, but by the grace of God, I got legalized within a year's time, which is, what legalization basically means is like, getting your green card, which had happened, And then, when I was a cadet in the military academy, I remember I used to, fighting in the these fighting ranges that teach you how to shoot rifles and all that. I used to always end up with the rifle number 27. And 27 was, when I was shoot with the rifle in the ranges there, it was very light on my shoulder and the recoil was very less. But my score was always very high. But I was fairly young at that time, I didn't realize that there's something about this number, I didn't realize that. But after I leapt into America and suddenly found a full blank, right? That 27 came back in my apartment as a number. Very mysterious. And then after that, I did I became a flight instructor. From an infantry officer to a flight instructor was kind of a big change. And very often when I used to land the plane and sit down and I used to look at myself and say, what is happening, right? And I could, take students up and flip the plane up and down, and then, you wonder at yourself, how far could you, how could you do all these things? But then many things happened, and then I remember one day, this one gal, she was kind of attracted to me, so she came and she was knocking my door, and then she happened to be my wife later. So that also happened in that number 27. So many good things happened, but that is all related to numbers and numerology. And but my point is this, that 27 does not work with everybody, right? So it's not one shoe fits all. ऐसा नहीं होता है. So it works with me because I have a date of birth that is more specific to my energy. So that has to be considered before you pick any number. But I can tell you for a fact that you stay in your own energy and your own numbers, and then you go up the sky.
Wow. What a beautiful story of an ex-army man becoming a world-renowned. And also we have the beautiful Gracy Singh. So, Gracy, हम आपसे जानना चाहते हैं कि आप कितना मानती हैं डेस्टिनी को, एस्ट्रोलॉजी को, न्यूमरोलॉजी को?
Good evening. Many congratulations to Jasse and very inspiring to hear from you. I believe that we are always surrounded with positive and negative energies. So if we think positive, we attract positive energies. So I do believe that you create your own destiny and you have the power to change. And I'm here to support because Jasse is spreading so much of happiness in people's lives, and it's all about solving the problem. And I have never studied myself, but yes, I do believe that magic happens. And with me also astrologically, many magical things have happened in my life, and it's happening since many years. So yes, you can always create magic with numbers. That has happened. Yes.
You can always create magic
because
with numbers.
you can recognize your own strength and your own positive numbers and then act accordingly.
Wow. That is really beautifully divine, Gracy. आपके लिए आपके घर का नंबर जब आप घर ले रही थी या बना रही थी, जो कि एक अल्टीमेट ड्रीम होता है, सो कितनी आपने इम्पोर्टेंस इस बात को कि मेरे घर का नंबर क्या है, या नेम प्लेट्स में जो नाम लिखे गए हैं उनका टोटल क्या है?
ये मैंने कभी पहले डिसाइड नहीं किया. बस मेरा फोकस हमेशा मेरे गोल पे होता है कि मुझे क्या अचीव करना है. मुझे सिर्फ उसका रिजल्ट दिखता है और वो कैसे होगा, क्या होगा, वो मैं नहीं देखती. लेकिन मैं अपने फोकस से कभी शिफ्ट नहीं होती अगर मैंने कुछ डिसाइड किया है. लेकिन न्यूमरोलॉजी तो हमारे भारत की प्राचीन कला से चला आ रहा है. ये हमारे हिंदुस्तान का एक बहुत अहम हिस्सा है. तो बाद में जब हमने ये देखा, मैंने घर लिया, बहुत खुशी हुई. तो हर चीज़ अकॉर्डिंगली पॉजिटिव थी. नंबर्स भी बहुत अच्छे थे घर के जो मैच हो रहे थे. लेकिन पहले से मैंने डिसाइड नहीं किया था क्योंकि फोकस हमेशा पॉजिटिव रहा है. और आई वांट टू मेक एवरीथिंग अराउंड मी ब्यूटीफुल. आई वांट पीपल टू ऑलवेज हैव सक्सेस इन लाइफ, बी हैप्पी, बी वेरी हेल्दी. So that is my wish, and I have been a part of spiritual environment always with a lot of spiritual organizations. So maybe that has helped me a lot with the positive surrounding.
So इसका मतलब कि यहाँ जो भी हो रहा है is really positive and beautiful, and that's why Gracy is part of this event. आपने एक बहुत खूबसूरत बात कही about your goals. ग्रेसी, जब आप इंडस्ट्री में आई थी तब ये आउटसाइडर की बात नहीं थी, बट आज हमको पता चलता है कि what a magic it is that you went on to do those magical films and you made your own path and you made it so big, and we are so proud of you. शायद एक बार जोरदार तालियां ग्रेसी के लिए। सो शायद तब हमें इस बात का एहसास नहीं था that how difficult it is, but today we are extremely proud of everything.
Thank you so much.
सो जैसी सर एक क्वेश्चन मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूँ कि हमारे घर में जो नंबर्स होते हैं, जैसा कि उन्होंने कहा कि उन्होंने घर लिया तो तब इतना नंबर्स का नहीं सोचा, लेकिन हम जब डेट ऑफ बर्थ होती है हम बहुत फोकस करते हैं, वी नो कि इसका जो नंबर है इट मैटर्स, लेकिन घर के टाइम पे हम भूल जाते हैं। तो अगर हमारे घर का नंबर करेक्ट नहीं है तो हम किस तरह की प्रॉब्लम्स फेस कर सकते हैं?
मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ ना। अब देखें आप जो वास्तुशास्त्र है, सो प्रोमिनेंट इज सो पावरफुल, राइट, एंड आई बिलीव इन दैट माई सेल्फ। एंड वहाँ पे यहाँ भी फंग शुई जो है ना, द आर्ट ऑफ एयर एंड विंड, द चाइनीज से, राइट, that is also very prevalent, you know. So the feng shui concept is more Bagua oriented, you know. Well, art, they make 8 corners, right, and then they'll just do it like that. Vastu is more scientific, and I personally feel that you know, well, I'll say, who cares, right? The concept of feng shui has been, you know, it's been stolen from India, you know. Over the years, the Chinese just kind of like they steal everything else, and they took that too. You know, it's just like the cookie, you know. If you go to a Chinese restaurant, right, and in the end they'll throw 2 cookies at you and you open it to see how fortune can, right? And I have some friends there, these Chinese, so I was talking to them, I said, cookie. He said, listen, Mr. Kalsi, these cookies are only for the Westerners. this is we don't open any cookies, right? So going back to your question, you said that how would I mean, if you don't stay with the numbers, what can happen, right? I can tell you, I'll give you one example. I'm also a real estate broker, and where I live, up in the area of Fremont and that area, in the Bay Area, there was this one family that moved from Seattle down. They were Oriental people, and beautiful, you know, development people, and a $2 million home was bought, you know, and they were business people. So you know, a huge koi pond and everything, and the koi fish, by the way, was imported from Japan. एक मच्छी की कीमत was $25,000. I said, my God, you know, that is the, you know, state of buying fish, right? And then, so with time, the business was not doing that well. And then suddenly there was a sign outside said for sale, you know. So as a real estate broker, I just walked in there. So I asked the lady, I said, this property. She said, yes, Mr. Kalsi, we're selling this property. How much? $2 million. I said, look at the feng shui, look at the fish, and look at this, and look at that. And I looked at the number first. I said, oh, मैंने कहा ये तो घर भी बिकने वाला नहीं है. मैंने ऐसे उसको बोला. She said, oh, we'll see. What happened? That house was the number 180. As it went, it did not sell. They had a loan on the property, and what happened in the end? The bank took the property, right? So the point is that even the most expensive koi fish could not save that property. So that is how important numbers are, Anupama.
Wow, that is like amazing. अभी जब मैं अपना घर अफोर्ड कर पाऊंगी तो मैं सबसे पहले अपने घर का नंबर देखूंगी. So open to media, आप में से अगर कोई भी कोई क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहता है तो प्लीज गो अहेड.
He will present a book to Gracie ji. Present the book and when we have a group picture. Okay.
It's a specially signed book by Mr. Jasse for.
Yes, wait, look here. Wait.
या मैम यहाँ पे सर यहाँ पे 1 सेकंड होल्ड ऑन. ओके.
Normally, what happens is people forget the importance of an anchor in an event, but Mr. Jasse, he didn't. So, sir has got a special signed book for me also. So, sir, खुद ही बोलना पड़ेगा. Please जोरदार तालियां मेरे लिए.
या यहाँ पे. Thank you. Okay, perfect.
Thank you, sir. It's time for a group picture. We would like to call on stage our entire team. ये event Ambdnya entertainment के बिना नहीं हो सकता था. So I would like to call on stage the CEO and Managing Director Prabhakar Shetty ji and Gitanjali Rao ji. Please join us on stage. सारे लोग
आगे आ जाओ.
दादा बहुत आसान हो जाएगा।
देखो ना देखो
ए वायर केबल ले रे
फ्रेम में
बेम्बो।
आ रहा है, नहीं तो फिर पीछे चले
हाँ नहीं आ रहा।
आ रहे हैं?
24 से
आ जाएगी इसलिए ऊपर
साइड में हट जा, हाँ बीच में मत आ। रुक रुक रुक
लुक यार लुक लुक स्टिल
यार
कैमरा
चिंकी मैम रुक इधर।
वीडियो में चल
यहाँ पे
लुक कैमरा यस
या